I'm Jiang from Huawei. Today I will report you some progress about the IoT, especially mainly focus on the narrowband IoT. It's a newly progress from 3GPP and something from the industry. I have another name of the Mr. IoT inside of Huawei, because my responsibility is majorly focused on the IoT solution. My presentation is about the IoT, how the IoT to drive the new innovation and the digitalization for the future society. And for the IoT, actually, we have the vision about the future society is the intelligent society. How to achieve the intelligent society? We think maybe 3 major steps. The first one is about all things could be digitized. That's the sensing. A lot of sensors will be deployed in different kinds of things to make the world to be digitalized. And the second step is to make all the things to be connected. So we have the vision to make the world to be connected. And after the connection, and with the data concentration, the data connection, and we can do a lot of data analysis, and then to give the special service for the high-level use and the decision. So to try to make the things to be intelligent. And how to achieve the 3 different steps from Huawei's point of view, we will provide this the basic technical architecture in this page. And Huawei will provide the technology between the 2 dot lines, And from the bottom line, about the different kinds of sensors, Huawei will not touch any of the sensors itself, but we will provide the chipset to enable the devices, and also the Night OS. Night OS is one kind of very light real-time OS that could be embedded inside of the chipset and to support the devices. And for the up level, Huawei will provide our platform, the IoT platform, to support different kinds of use cases. For example, the public spaces, the utility, and the Industry 4.0, and smart home and the car connection, and some other use cases. And for the telecom architecture, we can provide the traditional 2G, 3G, 4G, and enterprise LTE, and the 5G in future, and now the narrowband IoT, NB-IoT, narrowband IoT. It's a one hop architecture, and we still support the 2 hops architecture. 2 hops means a lot of the short distance communication could be synchronized with the gateway, the great gateway. For example, the typical scenario is in the home. So another scenario is in the industry. So we have the smart home gateway and the very specified industry gateway to support the kind of data connection and to do the data report to the network. And comparing with the traditional network, we'll have another special platform that is the newly mandatory part about to support the IoT. That's the platform. The platform, here to have 3 major functions. The first one is the connectivity management, to manage the SIM card for the telecom operators. And another one is about the device management. I think the device management is a very important part about the IoT. Traditionally, we think the things connection is the M2M, machine to machine. In those areas, in those stages, the machine to machine don't need the device management. So that means all the connection can be, all the things can be connected, but without any status management. So now, when we transfer from M2M to IoT, we need the newly functionality about the device management to achieve the data reporting and troubleshooting and performance management, a lot of these things. And last one is about the application enablement. And actually, the IoT security is very important. So we have 3 different levels related IoT security from the device to the cloud management. Okay, the IoT has a very big scope, but today I will report to you a major focus on narrowband IoT. Narrowband IoT is the cellular network technology, and it's the 3GPP in the 3GPP scope. And it's a very newly technology. It has a very higher good opportunity, good performance for the scenes connection. For example, here, 3 major features. The first one about the coverage. Very, very good coverage performance. It has more than 20 dB performance gain compared with the traditional 2G. For example, the GSM or GPRS. So it's a very good technology to support the deep coverage and the wide coverage. And the second one is about the capacity about per cell. Comparing with the traditional LTE, narrowband IoT is one part of the LTE technology. It has a capacity about more than 100 per cell comparing with the connection. And another important feature is about the power saving, the very low power consumption. Yeah. It can support about 10 years for the very lower data consumption traffic model. Yeah. We have the very right simulation between about the metering traffic model. It can support 10 years. And to achieve this kind of lower power consumption, a lot of very special feature has already designed inside the narrowband IoT. For example, the power saving model is a typical one. Yeah. It's about the progress about the 3GPP progress. For the narrowband IoT standard, have been achieved only within 1 year. Started the discussion from 2014, but the finalized just 1 year. So it's very, very, very fast. A lot of big companies, for example, the Qualcomm, Ericsson, and Vodafone and Huawei have joined. It's a major contribution for this standard. And fortunately, we can know that in the half year, the June of last year, the release 13 has frozen with the narrowband IoT. And the release 14 is already released at June this year, March this year. So we can see the standard is mature enough to support the narrowband IoT network to be massively deployed. And for the IoT, it's very important about the ecosystem. From Huawei's understanding, we try to achieve the global ecosystem. How to understand the global? Global that's 2 words, global and local. That means we will make the local ecosystem to be globally, and to make the global ecosystem to be localized. So yeah, we to achieve this global ecosystem, we has opened a lot of open lab, established a lot of open lab with our customer. For example, here, at the end of last year, 6 narrowband open labs. Yeah, for example, the Vodafone, the China Mobile. Sorry, and based on this open lab, we have a lot of the progress about the use cases. Yeah, for example, the smart water, smart gas, smart grid, parking, bicycle sharing. A lot of I will give you the very brief introduction in next pages. And actually, important one is we have the standard process to support the ecosystem building. Here, this page shows us there's the plan about the network deployment this year. We can see that about more than 30 narrowband IoT network will be deployed over more than 20 countries. That means the narrowband IoT could be achieved the nationwide, international-wide roaming. Yeah. For example, the United Kingdom, the WE, and Vodafone has a plan to deploy the narrowband IoT. And Deutsche Telekom in Germany, and Orange France, and Italy, TI, Telecom Italia, and Vodafone Spain, and LG Plus in South Korea, and SoftBank Japan here, and the three network inside of China Unicom, China Telecom, and China Mobile. A lot of use cases listed in the right column. And next page will just give you a very brief report about the use cases. This is about the smart water happened in Australia, in Melbourne City, or another case happened in Shenzhen. Yeah, actually, the Shenzhen Water Company has already announced the commercial use about their smart water solution. The first stage is to do the home metering reporting. And the second stage is try to do the pipe monitoring. And the parking, is a very popular use cases. It has commercially deployed inside China and Deutsche Telekom and Spain, Vodafone Spain. For the future, the parking lot is a very important thing to be shared over internet. And there's smart lighting. We have this kind of use cases that happened in Shandong province. Yeah, with to achieve the single control about the light, we use the narrowband IoT technology to save about more than 10 to 20% about the power consumption, and to make the light to be maintained in real time. And a smart trash bin is now use cases in Germany. Yeah, the sensor is installed in the cover about the trash bin to detect what is the height about the trash, and then to report the information to the backend, and then to assign the trunk, the right routing to connect the trash. Yeah, and it's about a lot of white box. Yeah, traditionally a lot of white box is connected to the network with the Wi-Fi technology, but now the green and hair and maybe a lot of this the white box vendor now try to use the narrowband IoT to make the connection, because the Wi-Fi has a very weak coverage in the home. There's the connection ratio is very lower. But now with the narrowband IoT, they can achieve about 100% the connection success ratio. It's a very popular the bicycle sharing in South China. Lots of the bicycle sharing has already deployed in Singapore and in European and in USA. And now we have the collaboration with OFO, to embed the narrowband IoT technology inside the smart lock to achieve the tracking and the status reporting. Yeah. And cargo for the logistics, we have the very close collaboration with the DHL to achieve the cargo tracking. Traditionally the car is try to use the GSM module, but with the very weak coverage and the penetration, so the data reporting is not so good. But now, when we change it to the narrowband IoT, it should be it's very, very good. very good. It's the whole picture about the different kind of use cases. We have some other the IoT-related use cases, for example, the industry and the home. But today, I just report to you some use cases just related to the relevant IoT. Okay, that's all. I think it's not the matter of the technology, and the standard. What we are now doing is just how to create and share the IoT-related future value. Thank you.